things was never fair. I'd rather be this starving artist, experience life now at its farthest. One blue sky, we are under, torn and shred now, ripped asunder. The politics, war and famine. I thank God I'm still here jamming. Train your mind.
Setting up for some framing work, folks. Building's about to go up. There's more. I'm gonna have to unload that. What would I do if I were all powerful? Well, first off, I'd say a big fuck you to actually being a conducive part of society. I would take full advantage of everything society has to offer, but in no way would I myself actually be a working cog within the mechanism. Fuck that shit. I would literally do whatever the fuck I wanted, whenever the fuck I wanted, having anybody and everybody do their tasks and be a participating part of the clock except for me. Secondly, I would have all you fucktwats build huge, immense statues. I'm talking like statues 2,000 feet high, like shit you see in Lord of the Rings. The world that we live on right now is just fucking ridiculous. There ain't no shit like that. It's stupid that I can see more miraculous things within a video game than I can actually witness and be a part of in reality. So I'd have like 2,000 foot structures, solid stone carved humanoid figures. And they'd be like in a circular arrangement, and each figure would be the manifestation of the personification of the pinnacle of an ideal, like thought. And it would say something like, thought, I was in the beginning because without me could you be, some shit like that. And there'd be like 12 of these ideals, and they'd all be in a circle, and they'd be like warring against each other, like to be the pinnacle ideal, which pretty much can encompass all other facets or areas of anything. And leading up to these statues, there would be like pathways of progress leading up to that ideal, like minor ideals that compose of that ideal, you know? And so then in the very central position inside this arrangement, there'd be this huge spire, and you can ascend the spire, and it would be an immensely difficult task for anybody to actually climb the steps of the spire itself. But when you ascend to the pinnacle of this tower, it's as if you yourself are manifesting all the personifications of these pinnacles of ideals. And it's like you took one of the pathways which lead up to one of these pinnacles to actually manifest yourself as the ultimate thing, the ultimate being and experience. And then you might say, how the fuck are you gonna build this, dude? Slaves, how the fuck you think I'm gonna do it? But, you know, and then everybody who might be black might say, like, fuck this, dude. Well, you know, you might want to think again, because I'm not necessarily going to use black people. I'm going to use, like, people that can actually do legitimate hard work, like very intellectual engineers. You know, maybe some Jews to actually help organize the hierarchy of this structure and of the economic workings of this society as well. Maybe I'd get some, like, Eastern Europeans in there, because I know they can lift a shitload. Haven't you guys ever watched World's Strongest Man? That's all they're composed of, is like these Eastern Europeans. And then, you know, other numerous hardworking intellectual people who are very skilled in craftsmanship. Like, I don't know, German engineers and shit, who knows. And so, yeah, and I wouldn't be like this maniacal slave owner, because I know that if you whip the horse and if you mistreat your horse, it's not going to be able to take you very far, right? So no, my people are going to be treated well. They're going to get some fucking food. They're going to get shelter, shit like that. But, you know, I'm going to be there overseeing the job site, and it's gonna make this world a fucking great place. And if anybody gets on here and says like, dude, you need to be fucking judged and taken off of like YouTube and taken out of society because you have like crazy fucking thoughts like this, well, first off, let's look at the system which would actually judge me. Is it rightful for a system to judge me who they themselves merely take out the gun against anybody who poses any arguments against actions that they've taken in the past? I mean, why don't they just hand out the smallpox blankets once again and literally silence anybody in their opposition, right? So yeah, you're gonna have that system judge me, the one that passes around smallpox blankets to literally clear a nation for their own use and disposal. So yeah, let's have that system judge me on my thoughts when they literally partook in those actions, right? So yeah, and I mean, you know, it's not too far along in the past where we can see instances of this organization which would ultimately judge me and deem me as something which shouldn't be allowed to share my thoughts. And it's not like I'm going around like this system which would judge me, screaming all of my thoughts in everybody's ears and forcing them to see what it is that I want them to see, like this system that would judge me does. So how can I be judged by the system that does that? All I would do is just put a mirror in front of them and say, fuck you guys, like you're literally gonna tell me that I can't do this, I can't be sadistic and maniacal like on YouTube, where literally the only people that are watching my shit are the people that want to, and I don't go around like shouting with a megaphone and forcing into people's, you know, nervous system the shit that I want them to see so that I can control them. No, not really. I'm just saying what the fuck I'd do if I was all powerful. Also, I do a bunch of like dystopian and just fucking satirical shit. Like, I put up billboards that would just have no fucking purpose, and people would be going down the highway or whatever, and they'd just see that and be like, what the fuck is that? And I'd be like, it'd just be some shit that I put up there just to fuck with everybody and be like, look at all you fucking ants trying to build up your damn ant colony. But I fucking need you ants, because without you, I couldn't build up my fucking colony. So no, eventually what would end up happening is I would have to conform to the system, which is fucking stupid, for it to actually play in my part. Which actually leads me to where it is that ultimately I was going. Something which is truly evil eventually kills itself and destroys itself, ultimately showing us that things which are and things which are successful are ultimately more good than they are actually bad. Because if they were more bad than they were actually good, then they wouldn't be at all. They would literally destroy themselves. And so we don't need to go around judging and fighting against all these things which we ourselves judge to be bad. Literally the bad things themselves just weed themselves out because they kill themselves off. Something that goes around destroying everything eventually has nothing to destroy but itself. And in the many eons of existence which can actually be, we don't need to fear death from such an entity, because literally we're going to be again. So it's futile to go around exerting all our energy and becoming exhausted, confronting and fighting against that which we ourselves deem to be evil, because ultimately things which are truly bad aren't successful anyway, so fuck it. But yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd build fucking immense structures. People would go around and be like, I'm fucking glad I live in this world, because it's like, shit, look how much I can experience, because there's like all these euphoric moments as I just go around and walk around. It's like all these vast structures and immense objects just emanate and radiate the pinnacle of society. And I would fucking destroy all of the whole debt system so that nobody could be held in debt. My workers ain't being paid, like I said before, they're fucking slaves. So it's not like we're gonna be paying this shit off through taxes like later on. It's gonna be done and over with. And I would fucking just literally tear apart the whole taxation system and reform all debts from this point forward, where literally everybody's a zero, and I just say, fuck all you. Which is kind of funny to think about, because they used to do that in the past. They used to cry out, and they would literally, they had that instituted where they would actually put everybody's debt back to a null debt. But yeah, Give me fucking power, people, so I can do some shit like that, so I can fucking take over and do some fucking shit. Make this world something beautiful to behold, where there's just crazy shit all over the place. Oh yeah, I would also just bioengineer any sort of fuck life I'd want to. I'd have dragons, I'd have fucking Pokemon running around, all this shit. What the fuck is there a need for women anymore? I don't need women. I have the artificial womb. What the fuck are women good for? Have children. What the fuck do we need them for if literally I can bioengineer life? I mean, look at the pinnacle of each job role in the world. It's always a man, whatever it is, whether it's something which is physical or something of the mind. It's a man who's in the position. And you might say, well, that's like black people, you know, it's society over millennia has actually influenced women to literally become in this role. If society wasn't there influencing them, well, fuck that idea, because eventually, somewhere along the line, the natural forces of the universe put them in the position they're in anyways. And if they couldn't actually prevent themselves from going down that divergent route to begin with, then I doubt it's merely just society influencing them that way. That's just the way it fucking turned out, because that's just the evolution of how it all played out. But eventually they'll be whittled out through evolution, because they'll no longer be needed, because technologically we won't need the fucking woman, because the man can do everything better than the woman can anyways. Every single role, there's only one role that the woman is needed for, and that's reproduction. But even that is coming to an end. Maybe even some Japanese consultants. You see that shit they come up with on animes? I need somebody like that to help me reform and refashion this drab world in which we live in today. You know what? Maybe women wouldn't even be weeded out. Maybe they would form then their own societies devoid of man, and they themselves would use artificial wombs to literally just procreate further women without themselves being the vessel for women to actually be born from. I mean, what I was describing earlier was something more of like a utopian envisioned society. But fuck utopia. I'm all for dystopia, motherfuckers. So maybe there'd be all sorts of shithead people that just created whatever the fuck forms of life they wanted to with this artificial womb. And we just have different societies all over the place. Maybe some would even still participate in organic sex. Who the fuck knows? But maybe there'd be an Amazonian tribe that would just come about, and they wouldn't, you know, have their own bodies be impregnated, but they use the artificial womb to just literally organize more females. Who the fuck knows? I sure as fuck don't. And maybe I'll fucking have all the blacks and polys be a part of organizing some super sports infrastructure programs. I don't fucking know. If I knew fucking everything, do you think I'd be fucking doing construction? Hell no. But again, don't judge me. Judge what made me me. But fuck it. Check it out, motherfuckers. I just described a world where you're all included. Everyone's fucking doing good work. Keep it up, you motherfuckers. Because I don't know shit. So don't listen to me and don't take anything I say to heart. Take it all with a grain of salt, but not too much as to where you have a heart attack, folks. Because with my words, you'll have to be taking so much salt that we're gonna have to dive into the conspiracy of the medicinal industrial complex, which gets you sick so they can only get you better. That's right. We'll talk about that next time. You know, I'm probably the only one who would be excluded in like some perfect world. But you know, I'm pretty good at being an asshole and fucking making arguments up that don't make any sense at all, and they just contradict the argument later on once I'm given new information and shit like that. You know, I can wind up a storm and I can fucking play video games for fucking days. That's right. So yeah, I'm the best at being me. Nobody else is as good at me as being me, because they ain't fucking me, so they can't fucking do it. That's right. Lunchtime. You know, anybody who ever speaks with a racist tone or who has ever said anything racist at all is a complete bigot and a complete moron. I mean, why is it that we travel and, let's say, go and snorkel in the waters? We do it so that we can see a multitude and a variety of fish. And we actually admire each fish for its own individuality and for the multitudes and differences among each fish that we observe. We don't go scuba dive just to see one fucking fish. No, we go there to see a whole fuckload of types of fish. And you know, so anybody who doesn't really know this is an idiot. And anybody who actually resorts to using swear words or vulgarity within language really doesn't have a point to make. They're completely fucking stupid. And they're just trying to get attention by utilizing terms which are merely attention getting. But they don't deserve anybody's attention. They're complete fucking retards. And they're just trying to, you know, disguise the fact that they're just ranting on about nothing by using obscene language to actually make it seem like they're saying something, when in reality they're not saying anything. They're just blabbering on about nothing. You can be talking but saying nothing. So people that use vulgarity are fucking stupid and aren't saying shit. And people that say anything racist at all are fucking morons. But you know, it's good that we recognize the differences in things. It's like, that's reality, folks. A shark is a fucking shark and a fish is a fucking fish. A fish isn't capable of doing what a fucking shark is capable of doing. So it's a denial of reality to say that the fish should be given all that the shark is given. They're two fucking different things. It's like, you know, a fucking pit bull and a Great Dane and a fucking Chihuahua. They're different fucking things. And to say that they're the same fucking thing is fucking stupid. You see all these different kinds of drinks? Nobody wants the same fucking drink over and over and over. No, they want different shit every day. And they want different fucking days. They don't want the same day repeated for eternity. Learn to live with diversity, folks, because it's diversity which ultimately gives us beauty. And in my world and in my life, you're all welcome. Peace out. I love y'all. And anybody who's got a problem with somebody going from the extreme of showcasing fucking hate towards everything to showcasing love and the ideal of harmony with all things that could be, those are the people that I got a real fucking problem with. They're the ones that are really incapable of accepting everything for really what it is, and in not realizing that every fucking thing has its place, except for those motherfuckers who think that people have issues and ultimately they gotta correct the issues. They think they're the ones that are gonna solve the problems. But ultimately, bruh, You're the fucking problem. You're the fucking problem saying that I got a fucking problem going from fucking hate to love in 10 seconds. I'm capable of feeling. I'm capable of going from extremes. I'm capable of loving everybody, even you. And I'll sit there and I'll take my rightful place in the world and just live in this existence. Because I know. Because I fucking know that someone's got to do this shit. Someone's got to be in this fucking spot. And I ain't gonna cry out fucking mercy. I'm gonna fucking live with it. I'm gonna deal with it. And I'm gonna excel with it. What a great way to begin tonight's escapade of hauling hay. It's been a 12-hour day so far. We've been framing a house. And now we have to load all this junk up.
Attaboy. There's like a hyena over there. That's so loud. Like, that's really loud. That's going the wrong way.
Train your mind now, hear my words. Twitter pated little birds. If you kept up with all my posts, then your life's just like a ghost. Already dead in the machine. The screen and life one's in between.